Hi everyone, this is ShahzebRafiq. Welcome to my channel. In today's 5 minutes economics, we are going to discuss economic consequences of exchange rate. Well, economy face lots of problems when there are changes in exchange rate. For example, the first problem that economy can face is inflation rate. So it depends upon the nature of the economy. If economy is import dependent, let if we say that if economy is more relies on imports, so what will happen is an exchange rate depreciates. Your exchange rate depreciates. Now, what will happen? The cost of raw material will increase. The cost of raw material will increase. Now, what will happen if cost of raw material increases? Obviously, the cost of production will increase. So, the cost of production will increase. Cost of production will increase. And when the cost of production increases, this may lead to cost push inflation. So if economy's exchange rate depreciates, an economy is more rely on imports, so this depreciation will lead to cost push inflation in an economy. If economy is export dependent, so and the currency depreciates. So as we know that whenever the currency depreciates, so the exports will increase. This increase in exports uh, may lead to increase in aggregate demand, and this increase in aggregate demand may lead to demand demand pull inflation. So again, if the currency depreciates and the economy is export dependent or export oriented or relies more on exports, so the decrease in the value of the currency will increase the exports, and if your exports are greater than your imports, this will lead to increase in your aggregate demand, and ultimately your demand pull, this will cause demand pull inflation. Another problem that economy could face is employment. Yes, if exchange rate increases, it means when exchange rate appreciates, if exchange rate appreciates, so what will happen if exchange rate appreciates? So exports become more expensive, and this will lead to less competitiveness, may lead to decrease in aggregate demand. And if aggregate demand falls, means the production will fall. Ultimately will leads to high unemployment rate. So exchange rate appreciates. This will reduce your exports. Reduce in exports means less production. Less production means less production means lower demand for labor. Low demand for labor means high unemployment. High unemployment. High unemployment. So these are some of the consequences that economy could face due to change in exchange rate. Another problem that economy can face is economic growth. Yes, what will happen to economic growth? So if decreasing exchange rate will decrease your exports, and thus there is a higher aggregate demand, this will cause the economy to grow. However, the decreasing currency may be the cause of poor economic speculation, causing people to sell the currency, thus negative the growth. So economy can grow, can either grow or can either can have a negative impact on economic growth. So yes, it can have both of the consequences. Economy can grow if your exchange rate depreciates. so your exports will rise. And if your exports rise greater than imports, then this will be beneficial for the economy will grow. And if your exchange rate appreciates, so appreciation may lead to reduce your exports. And if your exports are less than your imports, then your aggregate demand will fall, which is an economic indicator. Ultimately, your economy starts to fall. Another factor that could have an impact on your economy, that is current account balance. Yes, current account balance. As we have already discussed this in detail when we have discussed in our previous video regarding balance of payment. So current account plays a very important role, and it tells how much money comes and goes within an economy. It records the transactions of money against the goods and services that is being sold to other economies or that is being purchased from other economies. So if exchange rate increases, then it will change the current account balance. Obviously, we have discussed this before as well, that whenever exchange rate exchange rate increases, appreciates, it will lead to reduce your exports. And we have discussed this before as well. Reducing exports means you are selling less and you are buying more. It means the money within an economy, we are spending more money. So your current account will be current account will be in deficit, which shows a negative balance on your current account balance. And as we have discussed this before as well, that current account is one of the key account of the economy, one of the key account in an economy, which shows the performance of the economy. So when the current account is in deficit, it means the economy is not performing well. It means we are spending more and we are earning less. So this will have a negative impact on the economy. So these are some of the consequences that economy could face due to change in exchange rate.
If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thank you.